You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to talk about the upcoming animated Godzilla series on Netflix called Godzilla Singular Point. And when this trailer released, a couple of days after, I did a live stream and we did talk about it on the live stream for a good period of time. And I'm going to do something similar to what I did on the live stream, only this one for the viewers. And I know there's a lot of people here who are, and I'm going to mention this again on this particular video, because I know when I do a Godzilla video, that kind of tends to bring most of my viewers to come check it out. Yesterday I did 2 Mandalorian. And for those of you who don't know, obviously COVID hit this year. And that has pretty much been the singular reason why you have not seen any content on the channel for pretty much the whole year. Basically, once the schools were shut down and they went to remote learning, I kind of had to take over with helping my kids, things of that nature. And it only really left me to stream at night, which is what I did. But I know that for streaming, not everybody can come. And there's only a certain amount of people that came on a consistent basis. And I know a lot of people just like to have their video content. You know, you're at work, you want to see some of your favorite YouTubers pop on a video so you have, you know, a couple of 10 minutes to kill at work or something like that. So I know that the video content is also very important. So I'd like to assure you that the video content is coming back. It came back as of yesterday. My kids have finally returned to school, and with the news of a vaccine coming that's 90% effective, I feel pretty confident that we can kind of get back to the swing of things. And believe me, it's frustrating for me too. You know, last year we had a great year on the channel. We grew. This was after coming back from another hiatus due to like work scheduling and things of that nature, writing my book, which I am going to be working on my second book later this month, for those of you who are curious. So, but I'm happy to be back to doing this. And again, video schedule might change once I get back to work. I have not found a job yet since I've moved to North Carolina, but I'm hoping that changes in the coming weeks. And then again, there will still be content coming. It'll just be at a different time. It probably won't be as early as you're going to be seeing it for the next couple of weeks. So Godzilla Singular Point. Now, I want to start off by saying Godzilla, the animated movie series, that trilogy that came out on Netflix, I was very excited about when I first saw it, you know, in terms of the trailer. And when I saw the first movie, I liked it. I thought it was good. When I saw the first part, I said, man, this is good. I like this. I like where this is going. And then the second movie came out, and a complete opposite effect. I was very disappointed with the second movie. I thought it was a big drop off. I thought that, you know, showing Mechagodzilla in a banner and then turning him into a city was a major disappointment. I felt a little misled there. And it just, after that, I just completely lost interest. I know I should go back and watch the third one. I've heard mixed reviews about it, mixed feelings about it from many viewers that come to the stream. I just haven't gotten around to doing it, not because I don't have time, simply because part of me just doesn't want to. I just have no interest. That second movie left a bad taste in my mouth. With that said, I feel the same kind of excitement for Godzilla Singular Point that I felt with the Godzilla, you know, animated movie series. So we're going to kind of look at this here. I'm going to do something similar, like I said, something similar here that I did in my live stream. We're going to go over some of the screenshots taken from the animated trailer, the trailer for the Netflix Godzilla Singular Point, and kind of give my assessment, because there are some things I'm seeing in this that I really, really like. And there are some things in these shots throughout this trailer that could use some speculation, right? We all love the classic E.T.N. Godzilla speculations. So I'm going to kind of pull up a picture. You're going to be seeing me flip-flop a lot here in terms of going back and forth between the screenshots. I wanted to thank James Sidoti for sending these to me, because when I did these screenshots on the live stream, I did it straight from the trailer. I didn't actually snapshot them. So this is the first one. Let me just pull my camera up here because you can't see. There I am. There I am. All right, so this one is a shot of what's believed to be Rodan. I do have another shot of him. We'll get to that later. But you all know this one by now. And one of the things you see right away from this series, or this series that's coming out, is the monsters have a big design change that's new to us. You know, yes, we can speculate maybe they're just new monsters that are, you know, spiritual designs or successors to. I think it's safe to say they're the original monsters with new designs. This is probably not a great shot of Rodan, so I'll just pull up another screenshot here. Here's a better shot of Rodan. And what I like about this one is you can clearly see the design here. That's obviously makes it Rodan. You can see the chest with the spikes. Even the feet are very reminiscent. The only big change here is the head. He almost looks like Pyramid Head, you know, obviously with these two horns here, but the design, but very unique. I mean, you look at old shots and old movies of Rodan, and you're looking at a big change here because his head has never been this big. So I like this new look here. You know, now we're gonna have to see how it plays out on screen. You know, that always is a big key for me. You know, I've said that in the past. I said that about Shin Gojira when I was a little bit conflicted about Shin Gojira's original design, only to, you know, when I saw the movie, I liked the design overall. You know, now here we have a shot of, I'm gonna pull this up. This is Jaguar, and this one, I gotta be honest, I don't like this. This looks like he forgot arm day or something. And his chest looks like an easy bake oven. That's one thing I said on the stream. His obviously the face, you know, the color scheme, obviously this is Jaguar, but boy, I mean, this looks like Jaguar stopped lifting and started drinking way too many beers. So don't know if this is going to be a lasting design for him. You know, he's hooked on chains. There's a ladder here. Maybe he's being worked on, and maybe at some point in the show, he will turn into the Jaguar we all know and love. But as of right now, as of this image, he looks like he stopped lifting. He pulled a Thor, is what I'm saying. He stopped lifting, and he just got bloated with beer. And I mean, when you have an easy bake oven for a chest, it's not hard to constantly warm up some pigs in a blanket and just keep popping them in your mouth all day. So yeah, Jaguar has some work, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, again, that's only one screenshot. We don't know how it's going to turn out at the end of things. Now I have a series of shots here that I want to, because there's a lot of debate whether if Manda is going to be on this show. I'm going to pull up this particular shot because this is a pretty cool shot. Now, prior to this one, let me just zoom in on it before I switch it over. Prior to this part of the trailer, there were some underwater scenes where you could see like what looks like, you know, maybe a serpent type creature with little feet. A lot of people were speculating that's Manda. I don't know if that same creature that we see underwater is this one jumping, but this creature is very different. Now, there's a lot of people thinking this could be Titanosaurus, a different design. I think that's a fair argument because we already see that there's a lot of monsters that are getting redesigned here. The dorsal plates kind of throw me for a loop, you know, because these are obviously very reminiscent of Godzilla. But when you consider that Titanosaurus is an aquatic monster, as is Godzilla, they have very distinct similarities. Maybe that's something they decided to play on. The mouth is very Titanosaurus-esque, you know, but ultimately, I don't know. This could just be a whole new monster that, you know, there's no... It would be something new in the design to have a second monster with dorsal plates, much like Godzilla, because Godzilla's been the only one to have that. So if you have another aquatic monster, then there might be an argument as to why you're giving him dorsal plates similar to Godzilla. But this obviously is either a new design for Titanosaurus because you got the color scheme as well, or you just have a brand new monster that might have a distant relation to Godzilla or whatever the case may be. Another thing I want to mention here, you see all this red stuff coming out of the water as he jumps over. This is a common theme in this trailer. And it definitely, I think, is going to play a role in the overall storyline because, again, it shows up in almost every scene in the trailer when the monsters are shown. Here is a shot of Godzilla, or, you know, towards the end of the trailer, many of you know this. And, of course, you see the red, okay? Godzilla kind of looks like Gamera here, but we all know it's Godzilla, okay? And I don't know... It's hard to start speculating on what that could be with a trailer that is so short. But again, here's another one. This is the new Gabara, which I am completely in love with this design. And once again, you see the red mist surrounding the monster. Now, this Gabara design is absolutely insanely good. This takes Gabara to a whole new level, if it is indeed Gabara. Most people are saying it is, based on the skin, the color, even the snout. This little area here that I'm pointing at, if you can see my mouse, that's all reminiscent of Gabara. You got the big spike on the head, but this design is really, really good. I love this. This looks like a Gabara to me. And once again, like I said, the red mist surrounding the monster is a very common theme in this trailer. So maybe that's something we got to watch out for as we get more and more reveals of this show, because it is coming out next year. We don't know exactly when yet, but it is coming out next year. Here's another example, what I was talking about earlier with the underwater monster. Okay, kind of hard to tell whether this is the same monster that jumps out of the water. I don't think it is because of these legs here, but even still, once again, here's that red mist I'm talking about. And you only see this in the trailer when the monsters are around, with the exception of one. And that one is the one that shows Anguirus, which I'm going to pull up here now. This is probably the only time you don't see it. And I got to say, this Anguirus design, if this is indeed Anguirus, I mean, he looks a little pudgy, but I got to tell you, he looks more formidable than he has in the past. And I hope he is formidable, because as much as we all love Anguirus, let's be honest, he's always been a bit of a pushover. This makes him look incredibly badass. And while this is a really, really different take on the monster, there are some areas of his design that are very similar to the original. In particular, the side of the shell with the spikes here I like. You know, obviously he's on all fours, but boy, has he put on some weight. And I'm hoping that this particular shot is just the way it's angled or whatever, that he looks a little bit pudgy, but he definitely looked like he's been eating some steaks and chops. He's a big boy in this one. He's got a lot of spikes. I mean, you couldn't even go near this guy now. I mean, I love the addition of these big horns. I love the addition of, I mean, look at these teeth. Incredible. I like that the belly here is red. They changed his color scheme. Obviously, he's no longer like that charcoal color similar to Godzilla. He's got his own color here, which I like. So, and again, that's if this is Anguirus. This could also arguably be another monster. But I think a lot of people think it's Anguirus. I think that's a fair argument. There are some features here that are very similar to Anguirus, so I think that's a safe bet. But this one I really like. This one and Gabara are probably my two most favorite. I would say Jaguar, not so much. So what we're seeing in this 1 minute trailer is what looks to be a lot of our traditional monsters getting a complete overhaul. And we'll have to see it in action to see how it works. There are some designs I like a great deal. I like the change to Rodan. And if you look at Rodan, the only real change is really the head. The head is just huge now. His head has never been that big. He's always had a small head. So I like that. Probably going to make him look a little bit more imposing. Anguirus, if that is Anguirus in that screenshot, looks much more intimidating than we would take him based on what we know now from all the old Godzilla movies. We still haven't seen Godzilla full-fledged. We've seen his face. He obviously looks pretty devastating. We got that monster jumping out of the water, which I'm going to say maybe I think it is Titanosaurus. Jaguar looks weak. Gabara looks fantastic. So I like what I'm seeing so far. You know, we have a lot to learn about the story. We know very little about the story, but I'm pretty sure it's going to have something to do with that red mist, whether it is something that the monsters emit, whether it is something the monsters are attracted to that's man-made. Maybe it is the cause for the monsters popping up. Who knows? But I'm definitely interested in this series. I can't wait to check it out. It makes it exciting because, you know, there hasn't been a lot to talk about in regards to Godzilla in the longest. And I am going to do a separate video talking about Godzilla versus Kong and you know, a lot of questions as to the future of the movie. I'm going to do that in a separate video shortly after this one. But it makes 2021 a little bit more exciting. I'm so excited for Godzilla versus Kong, albeit my enthusiasm is very low simply because I haven't seen anything. But this just kind of invigorates it because this looks so good. And I'm hoping it delivers where the Godzilla movie trilogy failed, at least in my opinion. I know there's some people who live and swear by it and they love it. I particularly do not. I thought it was a great start to what eventually turned out to be a very underwhelming trilogy. And I haven't seen the third one, so I can't say fully. But the second one disappointed me enough that I had no interest in watching the third one. So Godzilla Singular Point comes out next year. We don't know when yet. We know very little about the story, but we're going to get a lot of monster action. We all love that. We got some redesigns of some monsters that, for the most part, they look very good. And I'm pretty sure we will get some new monsters in there. Who knows? Maybe some of you guys might get Dagon, right? Maybe. I wouldn't be against that. I think you might as well, right? You might as well. So who knows? But anyway, let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about Godzilla Singular Point? Are you excited about it? From all the designs you've seen in that trailer, which one is your favorite one? I got to say, I think Gabara is my favorite. I think Gabara is probably my favorite one in that design. And give me some early thoughts on what you think that red mist might be. We're definitely going to look into that more as we learn more about the show. But until then, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.